Oh, didn't know I was recording. What's up, guys? Mike Rose, rockinguitarlessons.com. Throwing a quick tutorial out there explaining what a CVT lesson is. What the heck? Is it an ATV? What the heck is a CVT lesson? It stands for Custom Video Tablature. Tablature is a type of music. It's a shorthand for reading music without doing so much of the brainy work. It's basically an outline, a map, a blueprint to help you memorize and to get whatever it is that you're working on completed. I have a lot of CVT students, and I wouldn't have even done this if it wasn't for you guys. Same thing with teaching guitar and bass on Skype, and vocals, which I'm a singer, but I'm not a vocal teacher. My wife does the vocal teaching. But it all started from Tony Farkas in Japan, and was in a military base out there with his job, and they didn't have Skype. So when I first opened my channel about 3 years ago, well, a couple months in, he contacted me about wanting to take lessons and suggested basically this idea. He didn't say custom video tablature. That's a word that or a phrase I came up with to title it. But basically, here's what a CVT lesson is, and he's the first person that I ever did one for. Because he couldn't get Skype, he could go on YouTube, which is what you're here right now, on YouTube. And what I do is I record whatever song it is you want me to do, and they're custom, meaning, you know, several songs have 2 guitar parts, 3, sometimes more than that, or sometimes they just have 1, or sometimes there's no guitar at all. And my CVT students will have me transcribe it, whether it's piano, which I just recently did one that was all piano, from Jan Hammer. It's actually a keyboard. And put that into a CVT lesson. I love doing that. If it has notes, you can take it, and if you know how to do it, apply it to guitar, which has notes as well, right? So I handwrite the tabs, which is the type of music. Like I said, most people are familiar with that, and it's very easy to understand. If you've never even read it, you would understand it after I'm done writing it. I section all the guitar parts in the song, label them, whether it's first guitar, second guitar. Some people want the guitar solo, some people want just the rhythm behind it. But everything is handwritten. I use my ear to figure this stuff out, and my ear was my biggest, I'm all scratching my ears, I'm talking about it. My ear has been my biggest tool. Out of necessity and passion and desire, because it wasn't torture for me. If I wanted to learn something, you know, as a teenager when I first started, that was my biggest tool. I wanted lessons, but wasn't able to get them. And I'm very glad now, looking back, hindsight's 20/20, right, that it sharpened my ear, because I didn't know I'd be a full-time guitar teacher, you know, when I was 22 years old. So, and lo and behold, most people want to learn songs, so right up my alley. But anyways, I handwrite everything. Everything's notated in the tabs, whether it's a bend or a 1.5-step bend, a pre-bend release, sliding, harmonics, all that good stuff. It's all notated, everything that you're going to come across in that song at the top of your tab page. And like I said earlier, I section things off, so, you know, maybe the intro is called section 1, the verse would be section 2, the pre-chorus section 3, the chorus section 4, the guitar solo. So it's all laid out, and when it comes to, say, the second time through on the verse, a lot of times it's the same. I shouldn't say a lot, but sometimes it is the same, and rather than rewrite that, I just refer to that as section 3, and then repeat however many times, 4 times, 6 times, whatever. And then what I also do is I timestamp it. So when I do these songs, 99% of the time, unless you guys want me to do otherwise, like a certain version from a concert, usually I go right to the studio version. You don't have to worry about crowd noise and hiss. But I also use the live versions for a tool. I draw from lots of different things, but they are things from the actual band. Hand placement for chordings and all that good stuff. Because I try to get even the solos, you know, down to the right string, right fret. Because you can have an E here, or an A here, and you can have an A here. try to get all that stuff correct for you as well. On top of that, I will do what's called subgrouping, which if you've been a subscriber for a while on my channel, you hear me talk about subgrouping a lot, as well as on my website. I use that concept of taking maybe a subgroup can be 2 notes, but usually they're a little bigger, but you can build them how you need to. A four note subgroup, and I'll put a timestamp on it of 1 minute 33 seconds to 1:39. Usually they're a little bigger than that. But that way, when you're listening to the song, sometimes when, tell me if you relate to this, you hear something, and then you go to figure it out and it doesn't sound the same. A lot of times it's because maybe it's slower, or you don't have the band playing behind it, or this certain bass note that seems to color the riff a certain way. So, but you can match it up to the actual song, put it right at the time-stamped mark in the video. So all that's written on your tabs as well for you. So you really can't get lost. It's the closest thing to taking a private lesson with me that you're going to get without me physically seeing you and talking to you live, if that makes sense. Really cool route. So once all that's done, I scan the tabs and I send them to your email. Sometimes they're 4 pages, sometimes they're 12 pages. It just depends on the length of the song, and you know, when you get into guitar solos, that takes up a lot of tab paper. You know, you can have, I have 1 page, what was it? It was Eric Gale's. I think it was 4 or 5 pages just of solo, maybe more than that. But anyways, once you get that, then I record the video lesson, upload it to my channel here, youtube.com/rockinguitarlessons1. And a lot of times it's more than 1 video. They're about 20 to 21 minute max per video. So usually it's a 2 video thing, sometimes 3. And that way you have the audio and the visual in 2 ways, because you also have the tabs. And they're very, very detailed. My CVT lessons that I do, you guys are my students just as well as the ones that take lessons from me on Skype. So you have my cell number and we communicate back and forth. If you end up having questions, you know, we get through it, because I want you to be able to, you know, feel confident about everything that's in there. If you have questions, you contact me. I'm your teacher and I will help you out with that. So if that's something you're interested in, you can also read up more on my website, rockinguitarlessons.com. There's a tutorial there as well, plus several of them on this channel. The price breakdown, all that good stuff is there, or you can email me. Either way, give me as much information as possible. If you want a CVT lesson, as far as if you're maybe intermediate, beginner, may not know a whole lot about this, but if you can let me know if you just want the basic, you know, guitar outline, or if you want even a simplified one. If you don't tell me that you want something simplified, I'm going to go for it the way that the band actually recorded it. I'm a real stickler about that, about trying to figure these songs out the way that they were recorded in the recording studio. Of course, these bands and guitar players change how they play things over the years, especially famous bands that are touring and stuff. They do that on purpose to keep things fresh, or they get a new little innovative idea, they may add that to the song. But if it's not specified, I go straight to the studio version and get that going for you. That's pretty much it. They're really, really cool. So you have all the information you need. Go ahead, hit me up, let me know. Turnaround time is typically, I would say 3 to 10 days, depending if I have, like right now I'm kind of backlogged. I've got about 3 or 4 CVT lessons to do, and they're time involved. So, but I keep in touch with you, let you know how the progress is going on it. But I try to give you an estimated time. So if you hit me up and I've got 2 people before you, I'll probably tell you, you know, give me 7 to 14 days, you know, to get it. Payments are all handled through my PayPal account using my PayPal email, tvxpunk@aol.com. That's how the payments are made. I require a minimum deposit of $100, and that's deducted from the total when it's done. The average CVT lesson ranges from about $200 to $275, thereabout, give or take, just to give you an idea. I even have people that have me do a CVT lesson just on a guitar solo, and actually I have one that I need to do this week for Manfred Mann's Earth Band. the guitar solos. So they're really cool. Check into it if you're interested, and that's it. If you don't mind, take these videos, spread them on social media. A lot of people are catching wind on what CVT lessons are. There's no one else out there that's doing it, at least that I know of, and I'm loving doing it. It's really cool. Sharpens my ear, and it's food for my musical soul. I love it. But make sure you subscribe to this channel too. Tell your buddies, all that good stuff. Forward it to Facebook, Twitter, and any other social media outlet that you use. Okay, so that's it. Now hopefully you're a little more informed on what a CVT lesson is. I think I have them in my description. There's several of them on my channel. The video part of it, you can go get a better idea of what those are about if you want. And until next time, I'm Mike Gross. Be sure to check out the website too, rockinguitarlessons.com. There's some free stuff over there for you. And it's a cool site. Let me know what you think. Alright, talk to you guys soon. See you later.